Oh yes, it's that Friday feeling. It's begun again. Just a week and we're here again. Oh, what a fantastic weekend. It is in the UK as well. It's full of sunshine, full of fun and laughter, and most of all, hopefully full of RC. So, without further ado, we continue the building the Pilatus, and I actually started last night. Get on with it.
Hello. Yes, we're at a weird angle on the bench. Yes. So what we're doing, yes, we're continuing with this. I know you're saying, Chris, really? Well, I was playing about with helicopters last week, if you remember. If you saw that one, if not, I'll stick something up here to show you about the helicopters. Right, so what I'm going to do, I've had loads and loads of feedback from the community, which has been fantastic. From Dudders and lots of other people that I can't remember, but you know who you are. And thanks ever so much. Now, what I looked at, this was the original. This is how it was built. The trouble is what people are saying, which I totally agree, is that if you shake, you know, it froths up. Now, I think I've got some sort of anti-frothing in the fuel, but it's just so when this does this, it all froths up, and then you're basically sucking up bubbles, which is no good to man or beast. This is why you practice dead sticks, I guess. So I got lots of foam and bits and pieces that Dad was talking about, and because I haven't got a hatch and there's no way to get into that nose of the plane, to put foam and to put the tank, and then I was saying, well, maybe I should just cut a hatch, and I was looking at the integrity of the build, and it's like, if I do that, it's not good. It's not good at all. So we've got some really big helicopters going over today. Awesome. I should be out there going, oi, oi. Fantastic. We get that all the time. I love it. Love it. Right. So what I am going to do is basically, we've got some bolster here. It's about, how big is it? It's about 5 mil or 3/8 thickness. It's something that I've got floating around. And I'm going to basically cut it until it goes under the bottom here. I'm going to make little kind of railway marks, track marks in this, so it adheres better and it will sit under there. Now, then when the tank goes on there, I'm going to see if I've got enough room for a couple little wedges to hold this so it doesn't slip side to side. But it also gives the strip, Velcro strips, something to hold onto the sides. And then I'm going to just put a bit of foam at the front, just to stop it sort of like vibrating on the front plate. And then I've got some of, then I've got some of this anti-slip stuff. Yeah, you must have seen it. I normally put it on where I've got batteries in foam models and bits and pieces, but I'm going to put that just a little bit on top of that, just to give it a bit of grippy. So I'm giving it all the best thing, because there's nothing else I can do. So today we're going to be doing this, and I want to finish this and stick this and try and do the best we can. So let's just get on with it. So I've got my lovely box of lovely cozy stuff. Now I'm going to use, I did put my X-Acto blade that I've got in here, because I've got new blades for this. So I'm not on the middle bench, so I haven't got my little doodah. So it's just, I mean, you should be able to see what I'm doing, but there you go. I can always say hello. Stop bouncing. There we go. I bounce. Right. So without further ado, first of all, I need a nice straight edge. So I'm gonna keep that there, and then I'm gonna cut it with the X-Acto blade. You might not hear me because, yeah, I've got to get another cable when I'm using an earphone. It's because I haven't got a big desk. It'll all change with Hangar V2 anyway. Plenty of stuff to build. I was able to speak a bit louder. Right, so there you go. So that is exactly where I wanted it. And I'll use that as a bit of stirring, because I'm going to do bits and pieces later. Right, so well, I want to full level this, which is about 16 centimeters, something like that. That would do. 16 centimeters. Yeah, I need to get this build done, and I was going to not film it, but then I thought, well, why not? I'm not flying until next weekend. This being the 7th. It's actually Thursday today. I've started early. I've cheated. But because I've got some gluing to do, I wanted to start this evening and then continue tomorrow with a Friday feeling. Yes, as you can see, I'm hot. But in a minute, I'll do a speed cam, which means I can turn my fan on. Ha! Right, so let's exacto that. Let's cut it exactly there. I don't know if that's where the exacto blade comes from. So it's the exact cut. I don't know. Do you know? If you do, leave it in the comments. It'll be quite interesting to know. I'm not too worried about cutting into this rubber. So that's my nice little piece of bolster. We'll just stick that over there. So now we've got our little bolster rectangle. Now, what I do need to do is measure this actually, because I need to cut down this way, which is always a horrible thing. I tell you, if that many more, there must be something going on in Farnborough, which I'm not too many miles away in England, because I can hear some really heavy jets going across. Right, so we are, this is actually in inches, but that's fine. Let's zero this out. Yes, it's rather going to be watching like paint drying with me this today. So those of you like this sort of thing, which I kind of like it when I'm watching people, we'll call that there, 70. Call that there. So what I can do is with that to the edge there, if I get it right, and then I just score right down that way. Score. He scored. And then with that score, I just want to pencil the edge so I can see both ends. And I can put my, can you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing? Then I want to put my little, this is when you need, I should really move it, I guess. Should we move it? Let's move it where you can see above me. Because you don't really need to see me all the time, do you? I know you want to. I love you too. There you go. I'll probably sound a bit better because I'm a bit closer. Yes, now you can see what I'm doing, can't you? There you go. Don't worry, we'll have all tons of camage with Hanger V2, which I'll be able to do a lot more showing what I'm doing. And also we're going to have some lots of flying. I do appreciate everyone waiting till I'm flying. That doesn't look level to me, but maybe it is. I know flying just seems like I'm taking forever, but it's not my fault. It's hard in the UK, or where I live, to just fly as you want to. So I'm happy with that. As I say, I can always sand it down. I can actually see what I'm doing here, so it's a bit of a pain, but there you go. So that's going to sit in there like that. Now, the next thing I need to do is, I will need to cut these out at the bottom, but I can do that afterwards. Is I need to get these kind of straightage. I need to find the center point. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. We need to find a center point. And the center point on here, if I move that out a millimeter on the other side, will be 3.5. Just marking at either side where they are, like so. And then I'm just going to play about with that, so you don't really need to do that. All I'm going to do is get a bit of dowel, some dowel anyway, and I'm just going to score it. And I'll probably just use also this half circle, half moon, or whatever you like to call it. It's got a little round edge, just to bring it down there. But I'm just going to do some bits and pieces. So hang on a minute. I was actually thinking maybe you wanted to know what I did. So before I finish, I just want to quickly show you what I did. So you saw me do the lines anyway, so I obviously checked where they were. Then all I did with the line is I put the edge of my ruler to that line, as you can see there. And then I got one of my kind of like little spanner, nut screwdrivers, or whatever you like to call them. And I just scored and kept doing that until you get, if you can see there, you get some kind of ridges. And then I got another dowel with a bit of 150 grit. And then I just go into that channel and making a nice deep channel for it. Basically, this is just so it gives better adherence, if that makes sense. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Because it fits together rather than it just sitting flat on round. It's liable to slip off. I need a bit more thinner down than that. I have got some actually here. and then I'm just gonna crack on here. So let me just do this while you enjoy some random music that I come up with, and we'll do this a bit quickly. Yes, damn X-Acto blades. It's okay, I've still got all my fingers. One's just a bit cut, and you don't want to see blood on the channel, but... Okay, what I decided to do, I had a little measure up of where the pipe, the feeder pipe, the fuel pipeline was to the carburetor. And it's okay with this being on top, which makes it a lot better. So I basically run them in, I put some 30-minute epoxy, and that's just sitting there like so. So that's going to dry probably in about 30 minutes or so. So yeah, time for a coffee. Mine's a cup of tea, son. It's a little bit empty. Good morning. Yes, it's the Friday. Yes, so last night, as you can see by a different t-shirt, it's that Friday feeling carrying on today. Oh yes, Friday. The sun is there. Oh God, it's just so exciting. I mean, anybody that's getting out and fly today must be so excited. Anyway, let's not waste the movie time. So last night I was in the hangar and I was doing bits and pieces, and this morning, a bit earlier, I was also in the hangar doing bits and pieces off camera. In fact, I was watching Jeff at Lower Alabama. How you doing, buddy? I was watching his show this morning while I was tinkering around, and time just flies by, as you well know. Right, so that at the moment is just drying, which you'll see in a minute why. So let's get on to a couple other things that I want to do. The bottle, basically, it's only got two outlets, or inlets, should we say? I call them inlets, outlets? I don't know, it's only got two. I want three. So let's do the three. Here we go. Yes, it's a totally gorgeous day. Right, so I should be out flying, really. Yes, hello, Nova. The dog's come to say hello. No, you're off. What are you doing there, now? You just seeing what you can chew on the floor? No. She's a lovely dog, but she's still a puppy, and she thinks that anything that's on the dad's arsey hanger's floor is fair game. Bless her, cotton socks. Right, so let's just let's sort this camera out a bit. There you go. Is that good? I think so. It's hard to see. Right, so inside here is an empty space. No, that's where the fuel goes. I was drawing a little line on there because I was getting it all centered up yesterday. Right, so we've got two pipes in here anyway. So one's going to be an air pipe, which is too long, and one's going to be a drainer or filler, should I say, and then one will be for the actual fuel. Right, so I do have quite a few of these. I'm not sure where I put them. Yeah, anyway, right, so let's just make it. So we've got this one that's kind of like a Sharp Tech. You can get them from most RC shops and all that sort of thing. So I'm just going to cut this here for now, just so we can, it's a bit fiddly. In fact, let's just mark it with a screwdriver. No, let's mark it with a pencil. With my alumini pencil, that always is in the hand because I know where it is. Right, okay. Because it's, you know, you turn it and you kind of like need more than two hands. So if I get that where I want to be, and then you just tighten, get it. Oh, and the wrong. Get it in the little. It's like a V space. There we go. It's going to be a hot one today. Definitely going to get the AC going. Right. So you just put it into there, if we can see that. There you go. Where's the camera on this thing? There you go. Right. And then you do it a little bit, and then you twist. Do it a bit again, and twist. Twist again, like we did last summer. Ooh, yes. You keep doing just a little bits. Don't go, you know, mad. Now, you can just snap this off, but I prefer to go all the way. And it does round it off, which I will show you in a minute. Now, there you go. Pating. Fantastic tool, huh? And there you go. Now this one, it's got a bit of, it's kind of like envelopes. I don't know if you're going to see that on here. I could try zooming in on it, but I don't think you can. How about if I do that? What do you reckon? We're going to go for gold? No, we're not. So what I like to do is just bring like a screwdriver, a Phillips, and just get it in there. Where's mine? There it is. Where is it? Here, isn't it? No, where is it? Is it this one? just opening it up, just, you know, so it's almost like you need a borer. No, I don't know what it's called. I've forgotten the name. But just to get it in there. But you've got to be careful. You don't want to create loads of swath, which is splinters of, in this case, brass, I think it is. I normally do this not on camera, so do this. Okay, so you can carry on doing that. Make sure it hasn't got any swath in there. You know, it's not going to hurt you just running through the some spit it out, boy. Running through some fuel just to. It's lovely. Right, so that's going to be one of ours now, because I've sort of cut that off. When you can get these pre-made, you see these are different size holes on this one. So first of all, what I need to do is, while this is still together, is just ram this through, because it doesn't come pre-holed. So you've got like a plastic hole at the back and plastic hole at the front, and just ram it through, and voila. Now you want to do it to the same size of the pipe, because if you do it with anything else, then you're going to get a leak. Now we've got some pipe benders. You can get this, if I get it in right, so you can get this in any RC shop, I would have thought, or Amazon or something like that. So you just got to work out where you want the bend. So it pushes through here, like so. And you just need to do it gently. Now I only want a slight bend, so I'm just going to pull on both and back. I just want the slightest of bends. And there you go, look, and that bent nicely. If you can see that, am I showing the camera? I'm sure I am. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut a little bit. And then what you want to do is that you want to put a little V in there. Now, if I very carefully get the Stanley, not Stanley knife, get the X-Acto blade. And I really hope that I'm showing everything, what I'm doing. If you can see, yes you can, just about. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to cut like a V. Now, you're probably not going to, you can see that just about, there you go, little V. And then that baby is going to sit on right over, if I can get it on, there. There you go, and put the V, which way should we put the V? That way. So the V will be facing up. So this will be our top mark anyway. So if that hits the top, it's still going to breathe. It's just a safety precaution. Right, as you can see, I've got some other pipes. Now, I've got this pipe here that I bent again. I did do it off camera because he didn't. I use it using the same bending tool. If you've only just joined us, then we've got the bendy tool. And it points down. Now, trouble is with this Dubro, it's got this little tongue or chin. It's hard to, because then, you know, you would need then, because I'm going for 3, I want my own filler and what's the word I'm looking for? Fuel filler and fuel defiller. Now, the important thing now is to get my everything there. I don't want to tighten things up, but this is the most important thing now. I don't know how to show this. You can just about see it in there. Yeah, you can actually. Hello. Oh, Macarena. Yes, it's the sun. It's getting to me. It's the heat. I can't take it. Yeah, where was I? Yes. So you've got to make sure it doesn't get stuck, because if that gets stuck in a position and you go inverted or something, it's going Ultimus crash stuff. And he's back. Oh, yes. Right, so here we go. Oh, there you go. Now, yesterday, they say I put a couple of sides on. It's just bolster. I've just sprayed it quickly, just to stop it from being so easy to wreck. Maybe I need to I'm just getting myself comfortable. I do apologise. One thing, you never know where to look on an iPhone, but I presume it's there. Is it somewhere around there? Hello. Yes. So I could use some varnish if I wanted to. I might do that off camera. I've got some like sea varnish. Is it called? What's it called? Outdoor yard varnish. That's back to front. But you know what it is? Yeah, varnish. So just, so if any glow fuel gets on that, it'd be fine. But there you go. So I just did that, and it was drying. The paint was drying this morning. It's all solid, lovely jubbly. We've got all our holes as well now. So we've got our feeder hole. It's a bit bigger, with a bit of goo on there. Feeder hole there for the electronics that's going to come out. We are using our igniter, which is what's it called? Automatic igniter by Prolux. That's back to front, probably on the text, where we got our little switch that we know we'll play about with, and then we've got that goes on the actual plane engine, and the power that goes back to the battery. This is ready. And then we've got the hole for the rudder there, and then there's a hole there for the throttle. I did do this. I've done a bendy. You can see that. So that will sit in the throttle. Vroom, 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 vroom. Doesn't make that. It's a car, isn't it? So noise of a plane. Anyway, so anyway, yeah. So that's just bent in, so it reaches it, and yeah, that goes through that, and it's lovely. Right, so I've got, if I can make sure I get this in shot, it's a bit of, in fact, that might come in handy. Yes, it does. Look at that. That tin come in handy. It was meant to be. So I did cut off somewhere. There we go. I did cut off a little bit that's going to be sitting on here. That I will show you now. So all I'm going to do is just push that in a corner, which I'll show you now. We'll have our gump at the ready, which is our glue, thin glue. It's just to keep it in place, that's all it is, but it needs to be 50-50 because I want it to sit round in there. I mean, if I just show you actually before we glue it, you don't need to see me gluing, do you? Yes, this is when our thing comes into handy. Hang on. Just bear with me, bear with. La 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 la. This one's going to stay out here because this is my filler. La 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 la. Right, here we go. There we go. Push, push, push. Bish, bosh, bash. And there we go. So it all sits in there. I could trim that afterwards. I can trim the edges if I want to, but once it's all glued down in bits and pieces. And there you go. Done. Now I need to get a couple more straps. This strap's not really big enough anyway, and I need two on here. Yes. My finger started. That's trouble with the sharp cut. Very easy to knock and start again. So I'm wounded. Wounded soldier. Yes, I am. Right. So there you go. I've decided to leave these all. I mean, I can cut them down, but why? You know, I'll just leave them. They're all going to be just sitting there around it. I've also got a bit of foamage on the front there, as you can see, and hopefully that will stop it from shaking and rattling and rolling. I don't know. We'll see. And then these are ready to go into the engine. I've actually, it's fallen off the actual little blender. I'll stick that on there so I don't get anything into the tube. And then this one will be going round to the side of the aeroplane. Probably through there. Well, I'm not sure where I'm going to put that little unit, but it's going. That is ready. I mean, I'm going to do a couple more bits and pieces before I put the engine on, so I'm not really, or otherwise I would have put it on today. But I'll show some pictures with the motor on anyway, on social media, whether it be Dead Zazzy Hanger, Facebook, or it would be Instagram or whatever. But hey, you know, you'll get there. Now, I do want to fly this next week, so I am going to continue building. Because I've done a bit of prep work last night and bits and pieces and done stuff last night, I find myself that I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. I might even go down the field and see David if he's finding some quads or whatever else. But I do want to carry on building, and I will be. Whether I video it or not, I don't know. I might take some snapshots, which should be a lot easier than trying to film, so I just get on with it and get it done. And obviously anything that you want to know or need to know, once it's been built, then I can let you know how I did things and what I did. But you know, it's a VMAR and it's discontinued, so you probably wouldn't be doing this one anyway. I think you'd probably be doing the Seagulls. But anyway, stop waffling on. So if you can get out today and this weekend and fly, or drive, or do a boat, or just RC in general, then be safe, keep safe, and listen, most of all, have fun. Listen, thanks for popping by. We'll see you next time. Ta-da.